mynews.studio.
Bulldozers are rolling through Mogadishu at sunrise, but it's women in hard hats making the big decisions. How did we get here?
Today is June 27th, 2025. Let's take a closer look at what's unfolding in Mogadishu. There's a construction surge, but what's different is that women engineers are leading. Have you seen the latest figures on this?
I have. Fathi Mohammed Abdi and Sadia Ahmed Omar are in charge of more than 30 major projects, high-rises, roads, and vital city infrastructure. Just a few years ago, this would have seemed impossible in Somalia. So what changed?
Opportunity is a big factor. There's backing from both the government and international organizations. For instance, the Somalia Urban Resilience Project, supported by the World Bank, has placed hundreds of women into engineering roles. In some programs, women make up over 60% of placements. But the challenge isn't just getting hired, right?
Right, because once on site, these women face genuine resistance. Abdi and Omar have described clients questioning their capabilities, male colleagues who won't take instructions, and regular doubts about their competence. How do you think that affects someone's confidence on the job?
It's a real test. But they're not isolated anymore. There's now a network, peer support, mentorship, and a culture that values ongoing learning. And part of it is about showing results again and again. Have you heard what happens when they deliver on a project?
Respect follows after results. When a building is completed on schedule and meets the standards, the skepticism starts to disappear. That's not just changing attitudes on the construction sites, it's also influencing the wider community. More young women are signing up for engineering degrees at Somali universities. Where there used to be just a few women in class, now there are many more. Doesn't that point to something more significant?
It does. We're seeing a cultural transformation. The visibility of women engineers is expanding the idea of what's possible for Somali women. Urban planning, infrastructure, architecture, fields that were once closed off are now accessible. But do you think it's just a gender issue?
No, it's also about resilience and the ability to adapt. When more perspectives are involved in urban development, the outcomes are more inclusive. That's connected to stronger, more sustainable cities, ones that can better handle shocks. And the message is clear. Somalia is committed to rebuilding and to equality.
These women are breaking down stereotypes, but they're also setting a standard. Could this be a model for other countries rebuilding after conflict? Using gender inclusion to drive both innovation and recovery.
Exactly. If this shift can happen in Somalia, given the context, it raises the bar for other places. The effects go beyond just construction. It's about participation in the economy, social advancement, and relevance on a global scale.
So to wrap up, women engineers like Abdi and Omar are constructing more than buildings. They're dismantling barriers, motivating future generations, and helping reshape Somali society.
And with support from initiatives like the Somalia Urban Resilience Project, there's real progress. This isn't just Somalia's story. It's an example of what can change when barriers come down.
That brings us to the end of today's episode. Bulldozers are busy in Mogadishu, but it's the women in hard hats who are laying out the future.
Thanks for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Give it a try for free.